Hello everyone, CatWeazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Mansions of Madness 2nd edition, where we're playing the scenario Rising Tide and we're just about to start episode 9. Hopefully episode 9 without a load of disco lights in it. So apologies once again for the start of last episode. Okay, I don't think there were too many errors last episode, other than our laugh and chuckles with the lighting arrangements, but other than that I think we were fine. Right, so here we are, so let's get straight on with the investigator phase. And here we are at the investigator phase, and our first player is going to be Joe Diamond, who is here. He's going to use one of his actions and he is going to trade. So we're going to trade Flesh Ward from Joe. That is going to go to Harvey, and Harvey in return is going to give Joe the whiskey, which we'll keep there, and the kerosene lantern. Why are we giving him the kerosene lantern? Because he's got nyctophobia. And talking of nyctophobia, that is one of his sanity damage. He's also got 2 face down sanity damage, as Harvey does, but unfortunately Joe only has 6 sanity, so that's why he's taking the whiskey. So let's just have a look at this. Action, discard up to 2 face down horror, then flip this card, and that's what we're going to do. He's going to drink the whiskey for an action. He's going to get rid of those 2 face down horror, and we flip the card. I think it turns into a weapon. Yes, broken bottle. You smash the bottle. It is crude, but it will make a good enough weapon if you get into trouble. Treat this card as a bladed weapon. So he's got the brass knuckles and a broken bottle, and these 2 face down horror we will discard. Right, so that is Joe's go. Next up is Harvey. So Harvey's right next door. What's he going to do? Well, he's going to spend an action to move, and I think he's actually going to go in here. So he's going to go 1, and then he's going to spend his next action to actually explore. Remember, he's still got a movement point over. A sign in the window says Curiosity Shop. Ooh, very nice. Explore. The shop is clean and still. Glass display cases dotting the room contain delicate china and strange jewellery. Discard this explore token. We'll do that, get rid of that. Bobby Foster is leaning on the counter, chatting with the shop clerk. Place Bobby Foster as indicated. Keep running into good old Bobby, don't we? So he's there. Right, keep going. The clerk seems annoyed by Bobby's chatter. Place a person as indicated. Do we have that particular person? Last. Right, there we go. I'll cut some footage out there. It took ages. Right. Continue. A strange tiara catches your eye in the corner. Place a search token as indicated. Oh, there we go. Continue. Behind the shop's counter is a door. Place an explore token as indicated. There we are. The shelves and cases in this shop could be used to barricade the door should the need arise. Place a barricade as indicated. Okay. So there we are. Next. You may move 1 space into the explored area. So we'll do that. Continue. And that is that. We do have 1 extra movement point, but I'm not going to use it because we've got two things that we can interact with here, Bobby and that search token. Okay, so that is it for the investigator phase. Again, we haven't got too much done, but I wanted to get rid of that sanity damage on Joe. Okay, so next up, yes, it's the laugh and chuckle phase. Let's zoom in on the app. And here we are at the mythos phase, so let's end the investigator phase. Mythos. The fire spreads out of control. There isn't a fire. Oh, don't say it started glitching again. There isn't a fire. The fire spreads out of control. Place fire in a space adjacent to a space containing fire. Fire extinguished, because we haven't got one. Just don't understand why that's happened. The ground shakes beneath your feet. This mythos event affects the investigator who has suffered the most damage. Well, that is Harvey. You stumble and aggravate an old injury. Flip 1 damage face up. No! So, here we go. The 1 damage he had. Oh, broken arm? Your arm is useless, and every movement sends needles of pain down your side. Keep face up. If you ever have more than 2 items, drop all but 2 of your items. Well, he's got way more than that. Right, the 2 items he's going to keep are the silver key, and he's also going to keep flesh ward, because he can use that to get rid of this damage, I think. Just says discard 1 damage, and that to me means he can discard face up and face down damage. Let me know if that's the case. So we'll keep those. Feed the mind, magnifying glass, and incriminating evidence all go on the door, on the floor, sorry. And oh, horrendous. You have an inexplicably good feeling about today. An investigator of your choice is affected by this mythos event. Let's make it Harvey. You take a step and lose your balance, falling flat on your face. I thought this was good. And the confidence you felt just moments ago evaporates, reminding you of the uphill struggles you face. You know, this is a bit cheeky. This is a bit cheeky of an app. I hate it when it does stuff like this, because it's just not on. It's it always feels like a bit of a cheat to me to say something like that and then completely turn it round. Oh, naughty, naughty. Suffer 1 face down damage and 1 horror, but the will negates. Yes, not very impressed with that. I always think that that is a cheat. Doing something like that, that is tantamount to the game cheating. Not impressed with that at all. Right, so there's his face down damage. It is face down, isn't it? Yes, very cheeky indeed. And we've got will negates 1 horror. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. And he gets 2 successes, so that's fine. So he negates that. Yes, very, very cheeky on the app's part. Not impressed. Whoever wrote that bit of code should be ashamed. Right, so that is it for the mythos phase. Next up will be the investigator phase. And here we are at the investigator phase. Who's going to go first? Well, Harv is going to go first. And what he's going to do is, let's cast our first spell, shall we? So we're going to cast Flesh Ward. After that cheap shot in the mythos phase. Action, you are another investigator within range. Discard 1 damage, then flip this card. So we're discarding Broken Arm. So we can get rid of that. And we flip this card. Flesh Ward, you feel an unsettling presence pass into your body. Law, and we need 2 successes. His law is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to use a clue, his last clue token, to make that a success. So we have got the 2 successes we require. Pick this up again. Have a read. If you pass, you drive out the magic, no additional effect. And then we discard this card and gain another Flesh Ward spell. So, Flesh Ward. I think you just put it back in and then shuffle it in. There is always a chance you can get the same one back. So there we go. And mini cut. And that's our new Flesh Ward spell. Okay, so we managed to get rid of that horrible broken arm. And for his second action, let's take those away. He is going to pick up all his stuff again. So we've picked up all this. So thanks to that cheap shot, we've lost a full turn for Harvey. So whoever wrote that, I hope you feel very proud of yourself. Hey, cheap shots. I don't know. Right. That's Harvey's go. So next up, it's obviously Jim Diamond. And here's Jim. Right, so what's he going to do? Well, yes, what's he going to do indeed? I think he is... Yeah, he's going to move in with Harvey, I think. Not in a biblical sense, obviously. It's just going to go 1, 2. The reason for that is I want to start searching this sort of stuff. So he's moved in here. And what he is going to do is... he's going to use the medical textbook again. And we will get rid of the remaining face down damage for Harvey. So we've done absolutely nothing this turn. So that's the way. But even though I've only been playing 2.5 games, what I did notice in the sort of introductory scenario is you've always got a chance, if you've got plenty of health and sanity left at the end, you generally have a chance to be able to sort of fight it out. So that's why I'm very keen to not have a lot of damage, whether it be sanity or stamina damage. Right, so there we are. We're all in the curiosity shop, and it's time for the cheap shop phase. And here we are. So press that. Confirm the end of the investigator phase. Cheap shop phase. A senseless chatter rises, filling not just the air but Harvey Walters' mind. Harvey Walters suffers 2 horror, but yes, will +1 negate, so that gives him 5 dice. Woohoo! So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He doesn't have any. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any clues left anymore. He's got 2 successes, and that's enough. Woo! So 2 successes is fine. Ha ha ha! The clock strikes noon, no immediate effect. Yes, we've done absolutely nothing yet. And we're back to the investigator phase. Let me set that up, won't be a moment. And here we are at the investigator phase. So what are we going to do? Well, I think we are first of all going to start with Harvey, and I think Harvey is going to investigate this search token. The reason for that is he has no clues whatsoever, and looking at search tokens is a good way to get some. Something nasty might happen, but also you generally get a chance to get a clue token. So he's going to search. The tiara's case seems to be unlocked. If you are careful, you might be able to get a closer look. So let's search. You check to make sure the clerk is not watching. Good, because that's observation, and we've got the magnifying glass, which gives us an additional die. So that is going to give us 5 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's give her a roll. Look at that. 4 successes. I rock. 1, 2, 3, 4. The geometry of these designs should not be possible. You are fascinated and repelled by the man-like figures that are carved into the tiara. Gain 1 clue and flip 1 horror face up. No! Then discard this search token. Well, at least we got a clue. So let's get rid of that. Ugh, horrendous. Oh, hang on. We need our tokens. So he's used up 1. And we have 2 for Joe. That's right, call him Joe, not Jim. Right, so we've got rid of that. We get a clue. So that's a clue for Harvey, but he's got to flip one of these face up. And the way his luck's going, we'll pick that one. And let's see what we get. Ooh, Steely Resolve. Is this a good one? You swallow your fear and take a deep breath. Resolve immediately. Become focused. Then flip this card face down. So we don't get rid of horror, but we do get focused. I'll pick that out. These all have the same back, so we don't have to pick them randomly. Focused. You may discard this card to convert all clue symbols to elder sign symbols when resolving a test. Excellent. So we'll keep that. That should be useful. Continue. Right, so we've done that. For his next action, he's going to chat to our friend Bobby. So let's get rid of that. Bobby is arguing with the shop's clerk about picking up an item he has arranged payment for. So let's listen. You are a clerk. Do your job and give me my purchase. Sir, I am sorry, but it is a store policy. Once a customer has elected to have his purchase delivered, we cannot simply give the item to anyone who walks in the door. But that is absurd. I paid for the item. Delivery is unnecessary when I am standing here before you. I completely understand your dilemma, sir, but we cannot give out items we have arranged for delivery. The policy is intended to keep property safe until it arrives at its destination. But I am its destination. I have already paid for it. If I want to skip the trouble and just pick it up, I do not understand why you should stop me. I am terribly sorry, sir, but I just cannot do that. Support Bobby, I'll support the clerk. Let's support Bobby. The clerk throws up his hands. Lord save me from the thick heads of others. I am sorry, but your purchase will be delivered to you as soon as possible. I cannot help you further. Good day. The clerk immediately busies himself with an account book and ignores Bobby and you. Bobby smiles at you. Well, I appreciate the attempt. Did you need something? So we can ask him what he was trying to pick up. Remember, there are no action icons, so we're alright to carry on. What were you trying to pick up? Or it's, hey Bobby, have you noticed anything strange around here? I'm sick of asking about the strange around here, so we're going to ask him what he was picking up. A piece of that strange jewellery people in this town seem to have. You might have seen it around. There are a few pieces in this shop, in fact. I think I can use it as inspiration to write a really revolutionary story, but it seems I will have to wait for it, unfortunately. And that's it, so he's picking up jewellery and stuff. Okay, right, so that went pretty well for Harvey. So Harvey's gone. Next up, that means it is Joe Diamond. Not Jim Diamond, Joe Diamond. So here we are with Joe. And first of all, he is going to move. So use an action and we will move him here. We're not going to bother speaking to the clerk. We've heard enough from him. So I think what we will do is we will investigate over here. Let's get rid of all this. So we are going to explore for our second action. Remember, we've still got a movement point, should we require it. The clerk seems sufficiently distracted by the excited chatter of Bobby Foster. You might be able to get into the door behind the counter. Explore. Yeah, let's find out what's in this crazy shop. You pretend to casually inspect some of the shelves near the door. When the clerk looks away, you take your chance to quickly slip into the door. Agility. Brilliant, because he's got 5 agility. So let's use these 5 from before that we did so well on. Right, come on. Come on, Joe. And he gets 2 successes. Is that enough? I think so. 1, 2. Confirm. You nudge the door open very carefully and slip inside. It appears that the clerk has not noticed you. Excellent. The office is cluttered with chairs and bookshelves. Place the office tile as indicated, then discard all of the explore tokens leading to this tile. Right, I'll just set that up, won't be a second. Next. And a safe is set on one of the shelves. Ooh, a safe. Place a search token as indicated. Woo! A safe, eh? Excellent. So, where is it? There, I think. Ooh, and something else. The desk in the office has several unlocked drawers. Place a search token as indicated. Brilliant. We might be getting somewhere. You may move 1 space into the explored area. That's what we're going to do. And I am actually going to use the extra movement point we've got to go here. We'll search the desk first, then we'll try the safe, I think. So, good stuff. Right, so that is it for Joe Diamond, I think. Let's press continue. And it is. And that is the end of the investigator phase. So, give me a moment and I'll get set up for the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the mythos phase. So let's finish off the investigator phase and crack on. Harvey Walters is getting a real bad time of it in this episode. Harvey Walters tries to speak, but instead all of his teeth fall out one by one till he screams himself awake. What are you doing, falling asleep in a shop, Harvey? Harvey Walters suffers 1 horror. See, it's starting now. It's not even giving you rolls. I've just got to check. Is it face up or face down? Won't be a second. Hello? Yes, it's face up. I thought it was face up. So, let's get it out and see what we get. Our face up horror is weak-willed. You feel something sinister take root within your mind. Resolve immediately. Become mesmerised, then flip this card face down. Brilliant. So he's got 3 face down horror now. And he's become mesmerised. Let's dig that out and find it. Bear with me. Mesmerised. Right, these have got 2 backs on, so I'm going to have to shuffle them. The double-sided. And let's pick this one. At the end of your turn, an alien takes control. Flip this card. Well, because it's the mythos phase, it will be during his next turn. So we'll give him that, we'll put it next to focused. Well, that's going to be nice. Continue. And we're into the investigator phase. Right, that's it for this episode. We haven't got a lot done. I'm not very impressed with this app. I really hate things like that cheap shot that happened. It's just, you know, the game's hard enough without resorting to stuff like that. And it's very, very annoying. But it is what it is, so we'll just have to carry on with it. Poor old Harvey. Yes, he got focused, but he's also become mesmerised as well, so he'll have to deal with that. We need to find something to get rid of horror. We did have the whiskey, but we can't count on finding whiskey every 5 minutes, I don't think. So hopefully we will be able to get something that can reduce horror damage, because otherwise it's just going to get out of hand. We're alright with stamina damage because we have the medical textbook and we have flesh ward. Unfortunately though, we are struggling with our horror. Is there anything else? Well, not really, because we haven't got any further along whatsoever. We've just been on damage limitation due to some horrendous mythos phases and the aforementioned cheap shot. Things are looking up though, because we're in this office and we do have 2 interesting things that we can take a look at. So hopefully we will find out some information at least, because we need to find some. We're finding nothing at all as it stands. And yes, that's it. Harvey, at least we did manage to get rid of his broken arm, and he did manage to pick all his stuff back up, so there was something good in there. Did some good rolls as usual, so that kept us going. But other than that, you know, it doesn't matter how well you roll, does it really, in this game, if it's going to do things like it's been doing. I still think we will lose. But never mind, it's all part of the fun. Right, oh. So that is it for episode 9. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the likes and all the dislikes. Thank you for all the help and support. If you've noticed any sort of errors, please let me know and I will try and fix them. That is not always possible because of the nature of it being an app-driven game. Sometimes we just can't roll things back. But if you do notice something and I can fix it, then I will. Other than that, thanks to everybody who's been across to Board Game Links to upvote the site, and everybody who goes on to BGG to also upvote the videos on there and to make any comments. Thank you all very, very much. So that is it for episode 9 of Mansions of Madness, 2nd edition and Rising Tide. I hope you join me for episode 10, but until then, this is me, CatWeazle, signing off. Toodaloo.